character, you just got to. And I don't work from people I know, so I know some people do. So I never thought this is great. I can write about X because they've done amazing, funny, inspiring things. So it was always just to start by slapping an adjective, a simple adjective on somebody. So I suppose the Durrells is for anybody that's seen it, is it was family of a mother and four children, and they're real people. So I didn't have to work too hard to find the adjective for them. So there's a writer in the family, Larry, who's you could say is sort of pretentious. There's a failing son who's slightly the butt of jokes and goes shooting. So I suppose you'd say, I don't know what the adjective, but you know, so and then you expand from that. So, but don't be ashamed to say this. You know, if you've got a list of 6 characters, let's not say stupid because that's disrespectful and unhelpful. But you know, perhaps pompous or finding themselves or a
Or a bit,
blurter.
yes, or a bit duller. So
Yeah.
are you saying that sitcom characters aren't quite real? There is this theory, isn't there, that a sitcom character can just be described in 1 or 2 words, and then you pretend that they're real, and it's your job to persuade the audience and trick the audience into the fact that they are real, but they're really quite simple and there to serve the gags.
I think you start there, and then I mean, I think as well as choosing the basic trait just to start with before you add layers. You need some, even in a comedy, maybe particularly in a comedy, you do need the classic drama thing, which is conflict. So you need to have. You don't want, even if it's, or particularly if it's a family, say you want them to have their own role within that family and their own in the dynamic of the family. And you know, there's lots of theories of character which you don't need to worry about that, but sort of there's the oppressors and the oppressed. You know, there's the victims and the and that doesn't really help the writing. But afterwards, you can sort of see a pattern. And but I think you've just got to you've got to sort of like being with the. It's obvious, isn't it? Like being with the characters. But that doesn't mean they have to be nice people. In fact, maybe the opposite is true, as we know from Succession and other shows. It's the monsters that keep you coming back.